What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? Welcome back to Moxy Approved. Yo, I'm not gonna go into the long intro like I usually do because this is a pretty serious topic that I want to talk about right now. You can do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't subscribed. Kyrie Irving, all right? For those of y'all who don't know, Kyrie Irving has been under a lot of pressure lately because of a tweet that he put out, I believe last week, pretty much showcasing a documentary called Hebrews to Negroes, all right? And this documentary pretty much talking about where, African Americans, some from the Caribbean, where they're derived from and who they are as far as being the original Jews, okay? He's even under more pressure right now, and I can even see this going to a point where he might get traded, or I don't know. They may not re-sign the man. We don't know what's going to happen because last night at the Pacers game in Brooklyn, a group of people from the Jewish community, they got courtside seats with shirts that says "Fighting Anti-Semitism."
Someone you know quite well, a friend of yours, a friend of ours. BC! Vince Carter.
Okay, now, I don't know if you know about courtside seats. Those seats are like $10,000 a piece. So they paid $10,000 a piece, which is probably a drop in the bucket for them, to sit there and, I don't know, I guess you can call it troll Kyrie Irving with these shirts. I don't know if Kyrie Irving put out a statement after this game. I could not find an interview for him. So as of this moment, we don't know how his feelings are of the group of people that were in the front row. Now, that brings me to my next point. Inside this topic, you're going to see a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds share their perspectives of this situation. There's one in particular that I saw yesterday. I've been watching a lot of videos as far as this situation with Kyrie Irving. And a video popped up on my timeline from the Celebrity Junk page, which is, for those of you that don't know, from Oshay Duke Jackson. Now, for those of y'all who don't know who Oshay Duke Jackson is, he's part of one of the creators of a space called the Manosphere space. Oshay Duke Jackson is also the guy that helped out Kevin Samuels to where he got. I have some respect from Oshay Duke Jackson, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this is not a direct diss at Oshay Duke Jackson. I'm gonna refrain from using any word, calling him any names or anything. This is just a disagreement of ideas. But I want to use what I saw from Oshay Duke Jackson as an example of what you're gonna see from different people, all right? So Oshay Duke Jackson has this video up about Kyrie Irving in a situation that he's dealing with. Now, in the beginning of this video, he starts off talking about how Kyrie Irving, he takes a Stephen A. Smith type approach on how Kyrie Irving is lazy.
Maybe you don't even want to play next year. You're not trying to wake anybody up, bro. You don't want to play next year. You don't want to play this year.
Now, I mentioned Stephen A. Smith because this is something that Stephen A. Smith started, and he started it from the whole vaccine thing where Kyrie Irving did not want to take the vaccine. So y'all know Stephen A. Smith speaks for the owners. He put that rumor out there that it means that Kyrie Irving just don't want to play. All right. So a lot of that is derived from the COVID era, and that's how Oshay Duke Jackson started the video off.
If you guys know me, I don't really like Kyrie Irving. I think he is a problem in the locker room. I think he is a crybaby. I think he is just a constitutive problem maker for every team he goes to.
Now, that is a pure tactic of the media. The media does that. And I brought in Kevin Samuels from earlier because Kevin Samuels said something that, I thought would resonate with Oshay Duke Jackson, but I don't think it did. One of the main messages that Kevin Samuels said is that when they don't like your message, they attack the messenger instead of the message. So I think Oshay Duke Jackson is guilty of that. He attacked Kyrie Irving as being lazy and stuff like that. And it's like, look, I don't think Kyrie Irving is lazy. To be in the NBA and do what he does, put up the points he do, you can't be lazy. Kyrie Irving, respectfully, probably has the best dribbles ever in the history of NBA. You get that from practice. But lazy is a term they always use for us. Y'all know when I talk about when I say us, all right? He also goes and states in this video that Kyrie Irving should not be saying or promoting stuff like that simply for the fact that he's dating outside of his race.
Kyrie Irving, who are dating white women, racially ambiguous women, okay? Your kids don't even look like you.
Now, Oshay Duke Jackson, he did not do his research. Kyrie Irving's girlfriend has a black father. She probably is biracial, but under those laws, she has a black father. So I wouldn't necessarily label that as dating outside of your race. But I don't think just because you're dating outside of your race, you're not allowed to say where we come from or promote something that says that. I think that also is a media tactic that they use to get people not involved into the message, all right? Or to not like the message. He proceeds to talk about the documentary. Now, this documentary, Hebrews to Negroes. I went and I purchased this documentary for $49. It is very expensive, but me, as somebody that came from Hollywood, I know how much it costs to make a movie, okay? It costs a lot of money to make a movie, even a documentary, it costs. I have no problem paying the $49, which I've done. I have not watched the whole documentary, it's 3 hours. Probably gonna watch it by the end of this weekend, okay? Oshay Duke Jackson also has not seen this documentary. But one of his main points from this documentary is that what good is this documentary and what good is watching this documentary when you're still going to kill each other and rob each other? And he says, like Detroit,
Black people are going to have the same disdain for each other. So what are you waking people up to do? Nothing. They'll watch that documentary and go right back out there in St. Louis and shoot somebody or rob somebody in Detroit after watching it and being fake woke and do nothing because they have no sense of community, no sense of self.
And like Chicago. Now, the point that I really want to bring home to y'all about not necessarily Oshay Duke Jackson. He's just representing a point that I'm making. He's a representation of something. You're going to see a lot of people do that, and that's people that's not a part of our community. We are foundational blacks. We have been here since the 1800s. There are people that come from Africa that they might be second, third generation Africans here that did not help build this country. They say some of the same things that Oshay Duke Jackson said. They say that we're all lazy. But one of the main things that I've seen them do, and that you know that they're not a part of our community, is they define us by the worst of us. That is a huge media tactic. So when he says that this documentary is no good because y'all still gonna kill each other like Detroit and Chicago, he's defining our community as Detroit and Chicago, which is very laughable. The main point that I want to make, let me show you this poster, okay? This is a poster that's been passed around. I've got a hold of this poster, okay? I'm not going to describe everything you see on this poster right now. I'm not going to describe it. You see some of the things on this poster. Now, I want to show you how the things I've explained in this video are being represented in this poster. This poster is pretty much talking about the transatlantic slave trade. That's what this poster is talking about. You're seeing one group of people dealing slave off to another group of people. Now, the point I want to drive home is FBA, black community. We are going to be seeing attacks in these next few weeks on this particular topic from both of these sides. And both of these sides are represented in this video you're watching here, okay? On one side, you got the group of people that has something to do with the transatlantic slave. That's represented in that poster. And on the other side, you got the people that sold us. They worked together, and that's how we got into this. So, you see those people on the court side with Kyrie Irving, and you see people like Oshay Duke Jackson with those opinions about us. You see what I'm saying? So, moving forward, watch the words of people. Some of them have skin color that's similar to us, but they're not from our tribe. You got to watch their words. because they don't understand us. If you really, and I want y'all to go and watch that Oshay Duke Jackson video. I'm gonna put the link in the description. If you really go and look at that video, in so many words he's saying, why do y'all think that y'all are special? What is it about y'all? Why y'all gonna watch that documentary? I don't think it's true. Y'all lazy and y'all just killing people. Them people in Detroit and Chicago don't make up half of our community for someone to go and say that. So, no disrespect to Oshay Duke Jackson. This is just a disagreement. I know I had a little thing with him with Kwame Brown. That was a while ago. I ain't got no problem with the brother. But not just with him, with anybody. When I see people make these disgusting comments about my community, I'm going to always have something to say about it. And I'm going to always expose them. And listen to the words that you hear these people say. You're going to see if they on our side or not. Because right now, we're being surrounded. But them people that you see out there surrounding them, some of them going to look like you. But they ain't us. Well, anyways, y'all know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I'll see y'all here next time on Moxy Approved. Detroit and Chicago. This nigga.